Hello, my name is Teddy, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about my life and to let you know that you are not alone and that everything is going to be okay. I promise you, as long as you believe, everything will be okay. So, my name is Teddy, and I'm 34, and I have a prison record. I spent my 21st birthday locked up behind something that should have been labeled as an accident. It was a misfortunate thing that happened. I was on a job, I was a caretaker, and someone died. And I did 8 years for it. It was my first time in prison. I don't have a juvenile record. I've never been in prison or jail. That was my first time. They gave me 8 years. And I did 5 years off of that. They showed me no mercy. They told me that I felt no remorse. So my family didn't help me. And they treated me as if I actually did something wrong. And I didn't do anything wrong. I was on a job. I wasn't robbing people. I wasn't selling drugs. I wasn't robbing stores. I wasn't picking on people or beating up on people. I didn't do drugs, didn't sell drugs. I've never gangbanged a day in my life. You know, I've pretty much never really did anything illegal. So for them to treat me as if I was a career felon and I've been back and forth out of prison, and to tell me that I felt no remorse, it kind of hurts. And what makes it worse is when you have a family, at least I thought I had a family who actually gave a damn to back me up and to show me some kind of support and love, and I never got that. So I'm here to tell you that if you've been in prison before, if you've been incarcerated or jail, and you're having an extreme time finding a job, I just want to tell you that don't worry and don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that you can't get a job. It's not because you're not trying. It's not because you're lazy. And it's not because somebody told you, well, this place is hiring or that place is hiring. Or somebody told you, well, this place had a sign in the window, or I saw this place and it had a sign in the window. You should go get the job over there. Well, for one, we're not back in 1865 anymore, where you see a sign, a hiring sign in the window, and you go inside the store, they take out the sign, and they instantly give you the job without a background, without a drug screen, without interviewing you, without any other potential employees trying to go after the same job you're going after. It doesn't work like that anymore. Because yes, there are drug screens and backgrounds, and you're not the only one that's applying for that job. But leave it up to everyone else. You're lazy and you're not trying hard enough, and how come you still don't have a job? Well, this is what I have to say to you. That's easier said than done, especially if you have a felony on your case, a violent felony. It's easier said than done. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, there are some felons who are working and who have made it, and they're doing just fine. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But let me tell you something. Not all of us is having that same good time. All of us, some of us are having trouble. Some of us are struggling. So just because we're struggling and we haven't found a job yet, it doesn't mean that we're not trying. It doesn't mean that we don't want to work. It doesn't mean that we haven't literally done everything known to man. We haven't been everywhere. We've applied everywhere. So it doesn't mean that we're lazy and we're not trying. Because we don't have a job yet, it just means that, hey, we haven't found one yet and our time hasn't came yet, but it will. But treating us as if we're nothing and down talking us and treating us bad, making us feel like we're nothing because we haven't found a job, or because we are a certain age and we still have not found a job, treating us like crap is not going to help. We need love. We need support. We need encouragement. We need somebody to back us up. We need somebody to say, you know what? It's okay. Just keep trying. Eventually, you're going to find one. Everything is going to be all right. I'm here for you. I will help you in any way I possibly can. That's what we need. Don't beat us up and kick us down because we still haven't found a job. Because if you are a person who has never been to jail or prison and you don't have a prison record, it's easy. It's easy for you to say, well, this place is hiring, that place is hiring, this place is hiring, because most of these big corporations are doing backgrounds. Places like Kmart, Target, Walmart, Diddy's, Ross, Kohl's, even down to McDonald's, Burger King, Jack in the Box. These places do background checks. How do I know? Because I've applied there and got rejected. I didn't get the job. That's how I know. Places like Boomers, they do background checks. Rite Aid, Walgreens, they do background checks. And to make it worse, let's say for whatever reason you found a job, or for whatever reason you had the sufficient money to take care of yourself. What makes it worse is that these apartments that you go to apply at so you can have a place to live, they do background checks, which is fucking ridiculous to me. So it's like the government or whoever this is, not only do they not want you to work, they don't want you to live. They want you to do something else illegal so you can go back to prison. And so they can keep making money off of you and then put a label on you that says you're a criminal. You are a menace to society. You're not fit to stand with general public. Now, if that's not bullshit, I don't know what is. How do I know this? Because I've done it. I've applied at these places I've mentioned. I've went to different apartment complexes where they do background checks. And yes, some of them even do a consumer check. They do a credit report. So it's like, don't point your finger at us saying that we're not trying, or that we don't want to work, or that we're lazy, or that we haven't tried everything. We have tried everything. We do want to work. We are not lazy. We want to change our lives. Who the hell do you think you are? Especially if you've never been in prison. You don't even have a prison record. Who the hell are you to open your mouth and say anything? You've never been in my shoes, but I have. So these jobs that you want to apply at, why don't you apply here? Why don't you apply there? Yeah, they do background checks. But if you can find a place that won't do a background check, or if you can find a place that's willing to overlook your background and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance. Then good luck and God bless you. I wish you the best if you can find a place like that. I'm not saying they don't exist, because they do. The thing is just finding it. So for those of you who don't have a prison record, you've never been in prison, you don't know what the inside of a prison or a jail looks like, no disrespect, but please stand back and keep your mouth closed, because you don't know what you're talking about. You don't. You're not in a position to call any of us lazy or to say that we're not trying. So back off, okay? And for you guys that are felons, you know what the inside of a prison looks like. You know what the inside of a jail looks like. You have a felony or a misdemeanor on your background. You know how hard and difficult it is to find a job. So it's not that we're not trying. We are trying. You're not alone. My name is Teddy, and I have your back, and I believe in you. And just because you haven't found a job yet, it doesn't mean that you won't. My name is Teddy, and I believe in you.